Okay, so your mom might not be able to tell you the difference between these two games, but as sure as I can.
Wow.
Welcome back, guys. It's Emotions Gaming here, and in this video, I'm going to be presenting you to these two great games you all have been talking about: Call of Duty Warzone Mobile and the project Bloodstrike. Breaking down the game features, telling us which is best or recommended for mobile gamers. And do not forget that this is an opinion-based video, and my opinion is best, which should be taken as fact. And there are so many posts about these games, so many videos, so many comments, so many angry arguments, and I promise you all, you're going to be settling this right now. So before we get started, please like and subscribe to Emotions Gaming for more videos like this. So let's get that scoreboard up and let's dive into these games. So the first game feature we're going to be looking at is the game mechanics. In the two games, Project Bloodstrike has really great mechanics, and I mean really great mechanics, but sometimes I feel like the juice is not there, you know? Sometimes when sliding and shooting, you break at the point of sliding, and I do not want that. But Warzone Mobile on the other hand is just smooth. Like, Warzone Mobile offers this smooth game mechanics and super easy. I mean, super easy. I can decide to give my enemy a surprise pancake from behind and it look like sipping a can of malt.
Nice.
So I'm giving the point to Call of Duty for the best game mechanics. So next up, we are looking at the maps. Well, this one's pretty obvious. Warzone Mobile has a very huge map size, which is part of the reason why the game requires that much to download. Roaming about while playing Warzone Mobile feels like you're almost in an actual city of Warzone. So I might get the point to Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, because Project Bloodstrike on the other hand has a very small map size. Maybe because it's still in its beta phase, or maybe they didn't want to scare us away. I want to be assured that if I throw my pancake from one point in the map, it doesn't fall in 3D space, or maybe it doesn't land in a wrong place. So, point to Call of Duty for the biggest map size. Next up, we are looking at the accessibility. So, we all know these two games are big in size, but you know what shocked me? Project Bloodstrike requires 650 MB storage to download. We really didn't see that coming. I mean, it's like making a very nice pancake on a stick. And I know this game is still like in its beta phase, so it should look like this. But seriously, if there's a game that equates Warzone Mobile and it has a very low storage to download, I mean, I'm jumping in. Call of Duty Warzone Mobile on the other hand is huge, and I mean, it's very huge. It requires 5 GB size, and not all gamers would have enough storage or device performance to run this game. So I'm giving the point to Project Bloodstrike because a 15-year-old me would not download a game that size, knowing that it may or may not play on my device. Next feature we are going to be looking at is the compatibility. Well, this one's also quite obvious. Project Bloodstrike runs even on low-end devices. You can attain at least 40 to 50 frame rate per second, even using a 2GB RAM device. Unlike Warzone Mobile, where you have to spend almost all your life savings buying a gaming phone and will still not run 60 frame rate per second. So, point goes to Project Bloodstrike. Both games have their compatibility settings here, but I still think Project Bloodstrike is kind of like less demanding than Warzone Mobile. Another great feature we're going to be looking at is the aim. Yes, the track aim. Both games have great aims, no doubt, but if you compare carefully, you actually notice that the track aim / recoil is actually different. Warzone Mobile's aim is kind of like shaky or realistic maybe. I'm just saying it's harder to track your opponent's movement while moving. There are variations to this though. If you have the perfect attachment and loadout system, your aim should be stabilized and should be more steady. But Project Bloodstrike on the other hand, even without gun attachment, is more stable. The tracking while shooting is more simplified, and I mean, that's fine with me. I mean, sometimes I want to do some flipping while frying my pancake, and nobody likes a grounded pancake. So, point to Project Bloodstrike for having the best aim. It's a game after all. I want to feel good about myself and not throwing pancakes at my enemy and I just keep missing. And what chance do I have if I give the controller to my girlfriend and she enjoying the game? Simplicity is key. Period. Next up, we are looking at the graphics. This is a very important feature in both games. Call of Duty Warzone on PC and console has marvelous jaw-dropping graphics and stunning gameplay. But when the mobile version came out, we were all disappointed. We first complained about the graphic settings blurred out, and I don't really have much to say about that. But seeing Project Bloodstrike still in its beta phase and actually still looks better than Call of Duty Warzone, I mean, that's gotta be something, right? Because sometimes I want to look at my weapon and see how good I look before clapping someone's daughter. So, point goes to Project Bloodstrike for having the best graphics. So the next feature we're going to be looking at is the audio quality. Both games have good audio, no facts, no argument. Point to both games for having the best quality. Another feature we need to look out for is the realistic experience. Well, this one's pretty funny actually, because that is why we enjoy these games, right? Looking at the animations and realistic movements in these games, the reload, the shooting recoil, the sliding and all, I'd go with Call of Duty Warzone on this one, because the most joy in gaming is actually when you feel like each interactive button in the game has its own animation. I literally sprint and slide in Warzone Mobile just because I want to see the way the character does it. Weird, right? Project Bloodstrike on the other hand is slightly different and lesser. So point to Call of Duty Warzone for having the best animations and realistic movement, because we also have lots of animations. We have the finishing moves, we have the jump and sliding, we have the jump and duck and those features. So point to Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. Now let's talk about the guns. Warzone Mobile has more guns than Project Bloodstrike, obviously. Maybe because it's still in its beta phase, or maybe because I am just an hater. But no, seriously, Warzone Mobile has more guns than PBS. FYR. You can check that out yourself. So, point goes to Call of Duty Warzone Mobile for having the best guns and the most guns. Now let's talk about the popularity. This is where it all ends, guys. As we all know, Call of Duty is one of the top 5 most played games worldwide, developed by Activision, who has been in business for like 40 years now. And I mean, NetEase is doing great too, but I think they should be in like 20 years now. Anyways, the point is, Call of Duty Warzone Mobile has more popularity than Project Bloodstrike, but that doesn't necessarily mean Warzone Mobile should have more players than PBS. So I'm giving the point to Call of Duty for holding a very good fan base than Project Bloodstrike. And do not misunderstand me, guys, both games are actually very good to play, it's just the in-game features that differ. So please try these games out, and do not forget to like and subscribe to Emochus Gaming, because more videos and more games are coming. So